looking at both of these drafts, Klink's Anti-Mage. This is your classic pub draft where you, like, one guy's like, oh, I first pick Anti-Mage and Klink's, and then you're like, oh, we'll put Klink's on 4, Anti-Mage. We'll try to salvage the draft that we have. I think Hustlers had an option. The panel also talked about it, where they could have put Monkey King as carry, and then they could have put Medusa on the off lane. So they had some options available as well. If it was something different other than Kunkka, I like the Dragon Knight suggestion, where you don't care too much about harassment from Queen of Pain. You do have reliable stun. There's not that much burst damage for him. I think it would suit them slightly better, but they have to play with what they got now. So this type of a draft from D1 Hustlers could easily fall apart so quickly. Like having Coddle, having Lich, if they end up with doing kind of the same thing. So I forced to get a Blink level 1, not what you want to have kind of in the lane, but it is what it is.
He kind of put himself in a position where he would have been forced to get that Blink when he went up, but you can't exactly expect that everybody's going to be there from D1 Hustlers. And now with that in lane, I want to say that Shad's going to start at least with an easy time. They've also got Divo Llama nearby as a courier in the top lane.
It's also not fair. Medusa has 2 abilities at level 1, while Anti-Mage has Blink.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's cheating, from what I understand.
And Shad, again, going to bottom lane. Wants to play against Mickey on this Void Spirit. Wants to play against melee hero. Let's see. Gonna miss a couple of CS until he gets there. Oh, Insania, he has Glimpse, so... Oh, God.
Gonna miss even more CS now. Taking a long way around. Luckily, it didn't send him all the way back to the top lane through the portal, but Shad, I think he's a little bit happy with having this matchup, right? Like, you're so vulnerable if you've got someone who's swiping your mana away with just 200 health to start the game.
Zai's already back to bottom lane. Needs that XP. Blinding Light will secure the CS for Teolicor.
Boxy might just drop here for first blood, and will for Divo Llama to get that first blood. In game 1, it was Hakoda got first blood, and this time it's Divo Llama and Mickey.
Sinister Gaze level 1, I like it.
Yeah, that is an
level
early
2.
level for it.
Just to be able to pull him in, get some extra damage done. This type of Monkey King from the off lane, you gotta build the same items as you do from the mid lane, maybe even from the safe lane. So you're like, gotta get Echo Saber, get either a Diffusal Blade or Deso. Probably need a BKB in this game because you're playing into Disruptor, but you want to come online as fast as possible. Teolicor getting glimpsed.
Yeah, and the blood grenade thrown on him, and he'll die to Zai. As Insania will also drop. Shad getting a kill there, and he's by himself, so that's never a bad thing, but it does put Zai at level 2, and I'm interested to see what an off-lane anti-mage is thinking about in a game like this.
I also want to see how Xantic will try to salvage his own lane. Doesn't have bottle available as he didn't have enough money in the previous game. Still needs to farm another 75 gold. Already down to half HP. Hakoda.
Oxy's the one who dies. Divo Llama gets it with a balance strike. Hakoda's still on the run from Mickey. And into the trees.
But now Mickey's in trouble.
Yeah,
that's gonna be some good harassment on top of him.
Sinister Gazing too.
Does have Bracer.
They should be able to slow him up. Can they do anything more? There's the Sinister Gaze. So Mickey on the run, trying to get back to this tower that Assimilate, but not far enough away where Divo Llama's not going to chase. Oh! He almost has it. One more right click, and there's the balance strike to get the kill. D1 Hustlers hustling in this lane. I can say it a million times, and I will have a smile on my face that they are hustling. And, yeah, they are getting it done so far early.
These are also kills without having Orb of Venom. Oh, no. Speaking of Orb of Venom, his career just died. That was a Raid Band and Orb of Venom. But things are going really well for them. Now Zai's career dies.
Yeah, eye for an eye. For courier for a courier. Keeps the whole world itemless.
Doing a very good job. Whenever Zai tries to get some right clicks in on top of Medusa, uses Blinding Light.
Problem is, he's kind of stepping forward like he's still the Clinks. And puts him in these precarious positions, and... Ooh, sneak. Send that right on back. Shad only having 238 mana now. Always got to keep an eye, because that's really the life force of this Medusa these days.
It's insane to see that she has
208
HP.
Yeah.
So
well,
weird.
it was lower before, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 138 when the patch first dropped? Everyone was like, this is impossible. They're going in, Boundless Strike. And Boxy looking like he's going to die. He dies after Hakoda. Aether Remnant. But still, Mickey taking some damage. And you see that Dalai Lama does have at least one healing Lotus to work with.
Dalai Lama will get a lot of items at the same time. His career is respawning, so getting that Raid Band, Power Treads, and Orb of Venom. Azantic putting in some pressure on Nisha. Boxy will
over.
TP, will not refill the bottle.
Oh, yeah, so no bottle refill, and Azantic's able to walk away. And that's not the best feeling in the world. We are going to hit this 5-minute mark.
Azantic already used his DP Scroll X-Mark combo to come back. And we'll use it
I'm
one
going
more time,
bottom.
probably.
Primal Spring, Zai on the run, but they just don't have the damage to get that kill. As Theolacor getting low, and that'll send Dalai Lama through the Twin Gate and back to the top lane. Oh, maybe not. What about staying?
Staying's fine.
Oh, staying for the
They-
courier, for the treads. See if he stays completely, though. Alright, he's gone. Through the Twin Gate. Back to the top lane, up against this Void Spirit.
Looking at CS, Monkey King's in the middle, but if we switch to network real quick, Monkey King is the most farmed one. 3,000 by a huge margin. 400 more gold, more net worth than Queen of Pain.
Hakoda. They don't have the mana for Glimpse, but now they do with the stick used. Theolacor coming over with an Illuminate that does some damage. He's still not working with a lot of health. And now in the top lane, Dalai Lama, Boundless Strike, getting a lot of health back. Now focusing his attention on a Boxy. He might just grab this kill before he
another
dies.
one.
And there it is. There's the kill on a Boxy. And now with the Jingu, he's still able to fight Mickey. I don't even think he's going to die at all. He might even just go for Mickey. Aether Remnant off. Dissimulate. Now they've got the Sinister Gaze. No! Whoa! Hakoda! Lama
miss
drops. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's massive. I mean, Mickey, maybe he didn't miss it. Maybe he did it on purpose so he gets the solo XP. I like the way I think.
So do I. I love it.
But yeah, Monkey also didn't have like one of the branches in his inventory. Maybe that could have made the difference, having extra 20 plus HP. Hakoda, he's going for the Wisdom Rune, but Klinks is already there.
Yeah. Can he kill him before he denies it? All right. You know what? If I can't get it, nobody can. I think that's okay. And then Theolacor grabs the other one, so... This is similar to that. First... Oh, Zai! Drop it.
Dalai Lama, he's all over the place. I like that he's being very active. He's not in this farm mode. 3 points in Jingu. Glimpse back on Azantic.
TP. And he'll be free to leave under the tower with that TP out.
Always love Kunkka against Disruptor. This X-Mark is going to come in very handy. You can save your own teammates. Hakoda.
He's trying to fight here for Boxy, and it's just like, all right, well, I'll put the shield on myself, and now you just die to Shad, giving a free kill. But now the mana, 230 health. Uh-oh, Shad, you gotta run. He popped that wand, and he was able to survive the ulti coming in from the Queen of Pain, and now Zai, trying to get the mana out of Hakoda. The jumping from Mickey. They get the kill to Hakoda. They land the Aether Remnant. Theolacor drops. Mickey comes in and gets 2.
That was such a nice bait from Hustlers. Shad using the magic wand in the last second, survives against Queen of Pain. They still lose 2 heroes in the end, but this game is pretty chaotic. Dalai Lama getting some extra levels, keeping a point.
It's just
for now, whatever he needs. Yeah.
That were mid, and now going to the Wukongs and turning into a tree.
Nicely done. Let's see if they can catch vision on him. No glimpse available. Dalai Llama, he's on fire.
Look at how far he is, again, still towards the top end of the net worth. Meanwhile, top lane, Torrent with the ghost ship, trying to get the kill on Zai, but he's able to blink away at the last moment, surviving with just 35 health.
Very close. If he has phase boots there, getting extra damage, all he needed like was extra 50 damage or something to be able to get the kill. Dota these days is so fast, you gotta adapt, especially if you're swapping lanes, going through portals. So far, pretty even. Hakoda, this time around, level 6, pre-10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a much bigger difference than the first game. They're going to go in, they go to the Chain Frost, that's going to bounce,
void.
but they go to the Mana Void, and they get a lot of damage out the core, as well as Hakoda dealing with a little bit of health. They get the kill on Hakoda, Chain Frost bounces over to the neutrals, they've got the glimpse to bring him back to Mickey and Nisha. The TP attempt, Llama is going to die, and 2 heroes fall on D1 Hustlers.
Not fair. Team Liquid brought 5 heroes there. It was like 900 damage Mana Void, and Mickey, he's going ham. Going for the same build as you do from the mid lane. Also, Mickey very familiar with the hero. He did play mid in his career. Going through the portal. Didn't get bashed by Roche.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As Roche stations himself bottom. Safe for now. But that may not be the case as this game goes on. Finally, the phase boots are out for Xantic. He's gone phase bracer. What are you looking for this Kunkka?
Well, there's your answer. He just queued up Blade Mail. In terms of uncontrollable damage against Quap, against Void Spirit, when he jumps in, Static Storm.
Glimpse, Kinetic
It's
Field.
okay. This is a problem with Kunkka, because, like,
Shad?
his items are not as impactful. Another Sonic.
Yeah, they still didn't get the kill yet, though. He gets a little bit of mana still left in him, and Xantic's going to turn. He's got the axe as well as the ghost ship pulling in this Clinks, and with the Illuminate and a right click, Xantic gets the kill on a Boxy. Nisha not dealing with a lot of mana, and he only has 1 charge on this one, so fighting Xantic's ill-advised, but they have smoked up on Zai as well as this Disruptor of Insania, and they're heading towards bottom.
No Static Storm. Pretty similar to what happened to Hustlers in the first game.
And they won that game for D1 Hustlers, so I guess the formula right now might be that. Aether Remnant, Llama trying to fight. Standing his ground, will have help in a second, but can't get the balance with the Jingu off. And
Mana Void Zai with that mini stun, waiting until he tried to use Boundless. He also did have Healing Lotus. That was close. Hakoda was very close to using Chain Frost as well. Could have been a big turnaround play there. But Liquid, they're hunting. They're moving across the map, getting stuff done. Soft lane anti-mage, very tanky. Looking at the camp stacked. Hustlers, they have been more busy. Medusa's clearing those stacks as we speak.
Mid lane, and will die. That early Pavis isn't going to be enough to keep him alive with these 3 heroes coming over. 10 to 10. And just about even, so things very, very close in the moment. Level 3 on that Glimpse, so a lot of range on it. Sentry drop down, they find themselves Boxy. And the Chain Frost doesn't bounce, so that's not going to go over to Nisha or Zai. Sinister Gaze, Boundless Strike on a Mickey. They throw out the Sonic Wave from Nisha. Jingu again, but Llama is going to be able to heal enough. They've got the Ghost Ship coming in. That drops down to the Queen of Pain, the Illuminate, and Llama will get the kill while he's in the Wukong's command. And it's 2 kills for D1 Hustlers.
Using Pavis on top of him, Ghost Ship, healing coming out from
Xantic.
Keeper of the Light.
Llama find Insania. But he's juking around the trees into the Sinister Gaze of Hakoda.
Guys, let me get level 6 somehow. I need 1 creep, please.
Let me have Static Storm.
This is also a fight where Shad, like, he's maximizing his farm, of course, going for Split Shot, Mystic Snake. But if he has Stone Gaze in that fight where Team Liquid is grouping around, could have been a big play as well. Boxy, like, I see a lot of Spark of Courage items being picked up. This item has been overbuffed. It's giving you 18 damage. This is such a great Medusa item because you always have HP, pretty much. So it means you will have damage. Monkey King also holding 1. Imagine him dropping low, using Wukong's Spark of Courage procs. He's sitting at, what is that, like 14 and 7, 21. quick and easy math right there for you, B-Cup.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What does it equal, though? You didn't give me the end of the formula.
It equals 21.
Okay, thank you.
I think I said it. Chad?
Chad, in trouble. Mana, there, then not, and health, gone. Chad gonna die to Zai. They've got the X, they have the Ghost Ship, the Illuminate, the Boundless Strike with the Torrent control. Wow. Hakoda dies to Mike. They were able to control up Nisha and get another kill here. Diva Llama, though, in a bad spot. Finally, the Static Storm, as they have level 6 on Insania. And that means Diva Llama's going to die, too, and that's 3 heroes down on the side of D1 Hustlers.
Medusa dies so quickly. Like, her mana pool is relatively limited, 900. If she's not full mana coming into a fight, Zai, he doesn't care too much. Does have that Power Treads, does have Vanguard. Let's see. X mark. Into Torrent.
Pulling him back, but the Torrent misses.
Into not Torrent. I don't think they would get the kill anyway, because they need some kind of an extra control. It was Shad who TP'd to the mid lane.
He's closing in on that Manta. Look at how much gold is here for Mickey, by the way. We were talking about how Diva Llama had a lot of gold, but the difference is massive now. Wukong's used, Diva Llama just trying to zone away Zai and Boxy while surviving and letting his team come over. They've got the X, but Mickey drops in. He doesn't even care about the Wukong's command. Command that. It's another death here for this Monkey King, who's now 9-5-2.
Yeah, this is the issue that they're going to run into right now, because Monkey, sure, he has Echo Saber, but he doesn't really have that hero to play with. Maybe Lich is that hero, but other than that, Keeper of the Light does. They have double Pavis, which is kind of nice against all the physical damage.
Xantic, not a lot of mana. He pops that Blade Mail. Chain Frost going over to the Siege Creep. Zai chasing Hakoda. And we'll blink away. But that's Chain Frost not exactly doing a lot again, and that feels like that's been the situation with these Chain Frost so far.
They don't really have the setup for it. What's it going to be? Like X mark the spot? That's about it. They don't have any other stuns. In the previous game, they had Chronosphere, they had Pit of Malice as well. Boxy with double damage and Solar Crest looking for support kills.
Yeah, really wants
or looking for some couriers. Let's see, the courier needs a lot of right clicks. Maybe with Tara on the ground, it would be enough.
Shad taking a pretty giant stack here as he moves his way from a Manta to a Butterfly. Boxy coming in to steal some experience, maybe swipe some of this. As Shad, yeah, he's not getting the full benefits of these stacks.
Now he knows. I think he might know that something's happening. Looking at his XP bar.
Okay, comes in, Aether Remnant, Stone Gaze, and the Manta. Now on the run, gets some mana from 3 Core. Boxy still standing nearby, and they're going to go back to just taking the stack.
They find Boxy, that's the question. Every single time there's Clinks or Bounty in the game, you gotta have some kind of vision in that area, because they will try to steal your XP rune. Clinks can farm Ancients. Nisha. That's
Nisha, Ghost Ship, Balance Strike with the Torrent, and again, they just know how to line up that combo. Pretty beautiful. Got the Static Storm, it's down on the Shad, but it's not really doing much to get the kill onto the Medusa, and the dust is a little bit late. They catch the scan on a Boxy, but he is already far enough away, and he is not dusted up, so he's under the nose of Xantic and the rest of D1 Hustlers.
They did manage to burst Queen of Pain. She has 2,000 HP, holding on to Pupil's Gift. Going to Kaya Sanj, the White Llama. Nice jump from Mickey.
And can he get a Jingu off to simulate right on top of Diva Llama? They've got the kinetic field. He gets the Jingu to stack up. Fighting, Chain Frost bouncing, doing some damage. Mickey surviving, though, and now the chase is on to Hakoda. They've got the glimpse. They will also take out Shad, which is massive, because Zai is just on the back lines looking for these heroes.
Yeah, Shad, he feels like he needs to be in these fights, because the rest of the team alone when fighting, if there's Coddle, if Lich ulti doesn't bounce enough, there's not going to be enough damage. Also, Kunkka has been missing in some of these fights.
is under
And
attack.
Zai's going full madman mode with his build on anti-mage. Echo Saber, which means more mana burn, double hit, extra slow, holding on to Lance of Pursuit. So you see anti-mage, you start running away. It kind of becomes budget Ricky, extra slow, extra damage from the back as well. Now going into Heaven's Halberd, something that they kind of experienced in the first game against two Heaven's Halberd, both Windranger and what was the other hero? Templar Assassin.
Yeah, Heaven's Halberd proving to be annoying, especially when there's not one but two.
With this build, it does allow him to jump in
They have the
and
control
get out of the trouble.
Zai controlled up, killed off, Daimon getting that kill.
Maybe if he had Sanj there, which was being delivered on the courier, it would be enough, some status resistance and some extra tankiness. And now they're looking for Nisha.
They have just
know something is up.
proven that they can get the control with the Axe, Ghost Ship, Torrent, Boundless Strike. Like, all that control is just so great. They've got this Obs
Oh,
here.
he just blinked in.
And yeah, with the blink used, he's got nothing to get away for another 2 seconds, and it only takes one to get the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, similar to what you see with like an anti-mage, you blink in or you blink and that's on cooldown, you're in a lot of trouble.
This is also like he finally maxed out the blink,
Radiant's
picked up the
bottom tower
talent,
has fallen.
level 10 talent, 11 strength, makes him super tanky. This X marks the spot pre-BKB, causing a lot of troubles at Xantic. With the Blade Mail and also holding the Tidal Wave. I want to see what the next item on him is going to be. Whether he wants to have a little bit more damage, get some Shadow Blade, more control if they feel like it, maybe a Hex. There's a lot of items you can buy on Kunkka. Like maybe BKB is also an option if it feels like he needs it. I'm not sure if BKB is needed right now. AC is the one to tank up a little bit more.
With 2,800 gold too, like, I wouldn't be too upset to see him get it. Ghost Ship coming through. There's a Kinetic Field, a Chain Frost, but again, that's not going to bounce. They go to the Sonic Wave. That's going to land out of 2, but the Stone Gaze coming through from Shad, and now chasing these heroes from the side of Liquid away. Mickey, Primal Spring right on top of him. They've got the X as well as the Torrent, the Illuminate. They get the kill onto Mickey. They'll take out the Void Spirit. He's the top of the net worth hero right now, so Liquid, they got to think about whether or not they want to stay in, and they'll choose to leave. By the way, it's 21 minutes. You got the Wisdom Runes. You've got the Tormentors available, so we'll see if both teams choose to start backing off for those availabilities.
Everybody's running to their own bounty runes. They want to get some levels. These Chain Frosts, like, team fights would be much more easier if it bounced. It's not an easy one because you have like 2 heroes with a blink and one has Dissimulate. So a lot of ways to dodge it. Xantic in the end decides to pick it up. And they'll be going into Shadow Blade. Feels like they need a little bit more right-click power, which I do agree with. Because Medusa right now, like, Shad tried to join a couple of these fights, but he still needs to be careful. Playing into Anti-Mage, getting his mana burn.
You can see how, you know, once you lose the mana, it's pretty much it. And you need some help here from Theo Lacour to give you the Chakra Magic to get some mana, some survivability, and then he's holding that wand to try and get mana back as well, but they've done a good job of shutting down Shad in some of these fights. Wiping that mana.
Yeah, they shut him down completely. He's still on top of the net worth. Mickey's up there.
Yeah. So maybe not completely, but getting there. There's the butterfly. BKB,
This is a big item.
Daedalus.
Against Clinks, against Anti-Mage. Right clicks from Void Spirit. They do hurt. I see a big item on Mickey. Nullifier, just too good of an item right now, considering everything is dispellable. These like Glimmer Caves, Force Staffs, Pavis, Solar Crest that they have on their side. Frost Shield as well.
Truthfully, it's going to be double nullifier timing because they've also got Boxy going for his too.
Boxy has been farming in these outer rings. This is the power of Clinks.
There's not much wasted on the map. It may be bigger and there are more camps and some might stay stagnant for a little bit, but when you've got a hero like Clinks who can kind of take advantage of how many camps are around the map not being taken, he's going to get a lot of farm out of it, and you could see it's proven here by him almost having that Sacred Relic and being so much further ahead than like the Coddle or the Lich in terms of gold. I like that. I like what these Clinks players have been able to accomplish. I guess the question is, will it be enough? They've almost got Boots of Bearing on the Hakoda Lynx. Or Lich, not Lynx.
Yeah, what?
Well, new hero announced. You've heard it here first, folks. It's Cat Hero.
X, yeah, here we go. Chad. He's there taking the tower. With this butterfly, he feels relatively safe against Anti-Mage, but there's also Havit's Halberd. Great against Monkey, great against Kanka. Against all three cores, pretty much.
Jumping in. Balance strike on it, too. Aether Remnant, and now Insania looking very dead, but at least he gets Mickey out. We've also got Harpoon being built by Monkey King.
It's a good item.
He's also working with a Spark of Courage.
Yeah, everybody's holding it. Like 24 minutes into the game,
They're gonna
that's
make
tier
it a
1
tier
neutral
2
item.
item. Yeah.
Spark of Courage is new Fairy's Trinket.
But better.
Tumbler's Toy.
Oh.
And I like this aggression. Hustlers going for Roshan. They have enough damage with Medusa, and also if they ever feel threatened, they can pop Stone Gaze, Wukong's Command. A lot of zoning tools on their side.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Do they go back for Tormentors? I see, at least in this series, they feel pretty ignored.
Yeah, seems like team.
Oh, Roche
wanna waste.
is leaving.
Oh no,
He's leaving!
not again. They're trying.
Stop that man! Oh, he's trying to leave.
God, 2,800 HP.
Don't
He's
get him.
getting in. No. Okay.
Gosh.
Zai was there. I saw Zai on top of the Twin Gate. Imagine if Roshan goes through, he clicks him once, dies, picks up Aegis.
That would have been just perfect. I thought maybe for a second he's, channeling, going through the Twin Gate. The Aegis just ends up on the other side, but not Roche. That could have been so bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So tier 2 tower bottom being taken here by D1 Hustlers, while the same is being done top by Liquid.
Haste. Dire's top tower.
They're going for high ground, it seems, with this Aegis, with this butterfly.
Dire's
Let's
top
see
tower
if Team Liquid will try to match up this one, but
Radiant's
someone needs
bottom
to defend
tower
this.
is under attack.
And Medusa had the BKBQ, but went first to the Crystallis, part of that Daedalus. And
Yeah, wants to have
Are fortified.
most damage because she's holding on to Aegis right now, so you can afford to be a little
they're
bit
coming
more
around the back. Theo, of course, going to be in trouble with the Astral Step coming through the Nullifier. The damage immediately on a Theo Accord to get the kill. They go to the Ghost Ship. Static Storm is down, but the Stone Gaze used the Balance Strike. The Chain Frost, again, just not bouncing anywhere. Zai's going to go to the backlines. They've also got the Queen of Pain nearby, but they get the kill on Mickey. And now the look over is Zai's trying to do as much as he can. Oh, the
And Mana
double
Void.
ult, but it only gets Hakoda. Mana Void into the Sonic Wave, just not enough. Even then, Shad, he's still working with an Aegis, so how far do you really want to chase this, especially with a Xantic right behind him? Shad, though, no mana, no life, and there goes the Aegis.
Oh, they see him. There's a Sentry Ward.
Daiba Llama's just in the top end of the map. They get the kill into a Xantic. They look over as Shad's trying to kill off Zai. Zai blinking away. Nisha's still nearby with Insania, so they'll try to kite him. They've got
Guys, leave
Daiba
me
Llama
alone,
going through
please.
the Twin Gate. He's trying to help out and get to this fight, but Zai now not with a lot of health. Blinks out again. Boxy trying to go in on the Shad. Everybody's struggling as Balance Strike comes in and they get the kill into Insania. So finally, Daiba Llama shows up and gets through the Twin Gate and helps to get Insania, and eventually Shad is just retreated on as they realize they can't kill him.
They were so ready to go for Medusa the second time, but Shad, he held his ground. Pops the Manta style, and then you can see the damage coming in. Now, this is going to be second Nullifier finished on Clinks. So say goodbye to all of these items. Lich is going to cry. I think Lich, Pavis, and Frost Shield, and then you have Coddle with Pavis, Solar, and Ghost Scepter. So, oof, bit of a rough one.
Not gonna be fun. His Chain Frost still are just not getting the opportunity to bounce, but you said that in the beginning of the game they were going to struggle to do that anyway with the lack of control that they really have. Maybe if they had like an Ags on Coddle for Will-O-Wisp, but even then, just was...
Can't really blame him. He tries to use it before he dies, and there's just not enough setup, not enough stuns on their side.
Mickey, by the way, denying a Wisdom Rune.
Radiant's
Glimpse of
middle
that.
tower
Thank you
is
to our
under
Ob.
attack.
And the one by The dire side.
I love this one, where you pretend you're gonna give it to Kunkka and then you pick it up yourself.
So that's Kato getting Ag's Shard, which will give him recall.
They wish Lich was the one who picked it up, because Ice Spire would help with the Chain Frost heavily.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's bringing. Boots
Like-
bearing on Lich.
Could go steal the other side and go for Liquid's Tormentor. If they wanted to get the one on Lich.
Illusion.
Picked up on Daedalus. Medusa, another butterfly queued up?
Oh yeah, give me that. And also holding on to Elven Tunic. I don't think he's gonna go for it, but
Radiant's middle tower
we'll see
is
what the
under
next
attack.
item's gonna be. BKB feels like he needs it. About a second butterfly, we'll see. Now Anti-Mage.
That
When you
X.
play AM, yeah, from off lane, you can go for different itemization. Having that blink fragment, it's such an
Radiant's
annoying
middle
spell to
tower
deal
is
with.
under attack.
Going in, throwing in that blink fragment of time, and Shad, well, he's going to be controlled for a little bit, but the balance strike comes in. The Stone Gaze is used. They use the Nullifier on him. Nobody dead on the side of D1 Hustlers just yet, but Boxy trying to find him in the backlines. They've got the glimpse coming over on the Daiba Llama, who pops the BKB. Another blink fragment thrown onto Shad. He's back to full mana. Astral Step, Nullifier as they jump for Daiba Llama. But they've got the X onto Mickey. No more control. They'll retreat back onto the high ground as these blink fragments are continuing to be thrown over onto D1 Hustlers. Manta, Static Storm, Nullifier, Ghost Ship, Torrent. Now the control on Anisha. They've got the X, but the BKB and the jump
That
away.
Boundless. Whew, if they get that Boundless off, I think Nisha dies. There's the overwhelming damage from Medusa, 2 illusions. There's freshly bought Daedalus. Gotta be extremely careful. Let's see what Nisha has in his quick buy. Going for that Aghanim Scepter. Might need to get a plate mail, just like a casual one, to be able to get out of the trouble. But also Vindicator's Axe. Okay, so if he's
Harpoon.
stunned, gets extra 20 armor. This is where he actually survives. Boxy, he's the one getting chased, and
Yeah.
this is where he dies.
Daiba Llama getting that kill. He used that Harpoon to pull him back in. He's also going Nullifier now.
No, he isn't.
Oh, well, he changed it.
He changed it when you mentioned it.
Well, anything that comes out of my mouth is a bad idea, so.
In terms of nullifying things, there is Pavis, Glimmer on Disruptor, and Shield from Resonant Pulse. That's about it. So maybe he feels like he needs a bit more control against these BKBs. D2 Hustlers, more like major Hustlers, because this is the way they're playing. Like, they really want to get there. First, they were in Division 2, changed their name. Kunkka, he's the one holding on to Gem that Teolikor bought. So we'll see Clinks. We'll try to get some D-wards, and also good against Glimmer Cape.
I'd love to see them change their name if they go to Bali. To either Major Hustlers or Bali Hustlers. Then they go to TI Hustlers. Just constantly changing the name of the team.
I just hope they don't change the name to what it was like a week ago.
Radiant's
Can't
top
see the
tower
regression.
is falling.
It'll never happen. Uncomo's having his BKB, and Medusa still now no longer queuing up a BKB, and but
Hey, he's going for
double
it.
butterfly.
So for now, holding on to Elven Tunic and Butterfly gives you
Dire's middle
46%
tower is under attack.
evasion. Let's see what's gonna be with the second Butterfly. Gonna be like 55. Blink Fragment.
Radiant's top tower is under
Scouting
attack.
things out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Llama in the trees, and the rest
Dire's
of
middle
Liquid
tower
now
has
in
fallen.
the jungle. They're actually hanging out to defend the top tier
Radiant's
3.
top tower is
Boxy
under
split. He might actually kill the tower here with Skeleton Walk. 3 skeletons with Tar.
He might. He will.
attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Clank's late game, like as the position 4, becomes a menace to deal with.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, not exactly easy to work against. But they'll be Roche up in 30 seconds. There's the second butterfly.
It showed 54% evasion on Medusa with 2 butterflies. Still showing 46 for some reason. Just a visual bug showed it for a second. So every second hit is gonna miss. Also damage. Level 20. Stone Gaze duration.
Now an Ags picked up for the Queen of Pain. 5-man smoke here from D1 Hustlers. Roche is currently stationed bottom for another 54
Xania
seconds.
just set up an observer ward on high ground. They're gonna see a Xantic.
Yeah, they'll see him, but he's got the Silver Edge to get the break. They go to the Sonic Wave. They'll pull him in with the Harpoon. They've also got the X, but the BKB's been popped by Nisha. On the other side of the fight, they've got Boxy who's throwing down these skeletons to try and get some damage out. Stone Gaze, Disarm, Boundless Strike, torn up into the air, Static Storm down into Zai Llama, who pop the BKB. They get the Kona Hakoda. They're looking over at Mickey, and they'll take out this Void Spirit. Boxy on the run, but as Xantic dies, Nisha gets credit for that kill, and Theo Core trying to get in front of Boxy. They've got the Wukong's command down, but the Nullifier making it difficult for Dive Llama. Shadow Strike from Nisha. It's through on a Dive Llama. They'll buy back on Hakoda. They've got the Glimpse. They've got another Shadow Strike. That's going to use the Axe to his advantage and explode into a scream of pain.
They need to fight around Medusa. Like, they can't be split like this. I can understand what Xantic tried to do, try to get a pick off, but there was vision on the high ground. And there's also still Gem on the ground that is not picked up. The Core will go and pick it in the end. Because the way this fight started is Anti-Mage pops the Blink Fragment, pops another one, forces Konka into bad spot. His mana pool is very limited. It's like only 800 with a couple of right clicks from Anti-Mage. So forcing a BKB and a Blade Mail from him, kind of an awkward fight for Hustlers.
Can they still get this? Oh, they can go and use the Twin Gate and go for Roche, and it looks like that might be the game plan here, especially with you know, a couple heroes still dead for Liquid, but they're respawning. So are the D1 Hustlers heroes. Blink Fragment as they've got Vision now on Shad. Boxy over to the side. Zai going after Theo Core.
Has shield.
And Boxy now might be in trouble as they've got the Blinding Light. The Sonic Wave comes in. They get the kill there onto Boxy, but they end up losing Theo Core. Is going to buy back immediately. The Mana Void's not going to do enough. And Xantic, though, not a lot of health remaining, and they go to the Wukongs. They've got control on Anisha. The Boundless Strike hits as well as the Harpoon. And, oh boy, they get Xantic instead. Diamond Llama with a sliver of health. In the Wukongs, it's not going to matter. They take out the Monkey King. They look over at Shad. They'll kill off the Medusa. And Theo Core, who just bought back, he is in trouble. Aether Remnant, the control, the kill, and a full team wipe for the side of Liquid.
Zai is doing way too much work in these fights. Going in, holding the Titan Sliver, Heaven's Halberd. He can blink in aggressively, burn their mana. They're looking for these prolonged team fights. And Aghanim Scepter on Queen of Pain finally kicking in. Like, these Screams of Pain, Shadow Strikes, they do hurt a lot. And this game might just be over. Let's see if they decide to go for tier 4s or if they will want to clean another set of barracks. The Core was also the one who bought back in the previous fight.
Yeah.
There's still tier 2 tower bottom, but they're gonna start knocking on your tier 4s after finishing these off.
They're gonna all TP back. Interesting. A lot of time for these heroes and no buybacks used for D1 Hustlers except for the Coddle. And now just a Bloodthorn straight up for Zai. Quickly after this Axe was picked up, Shiva's for Nisha.
Yeah, this Bloodthorn now completely destroys Medusa. As soon as she uses Manta, you'll have True Strike on the attacks. The second Butterfly, not really getting the value from it. Liquid wants to close it out. Going for Roshan. Let's see if Hustlers can get there in time. There is smoke available on Hakoda. It's dropping fairly quickly. Now, not the best Roche taking lineup, but it will drop.
So now do they even want to fight? They immediately turn around. They drop down in obs, and they need to get out of dodge. So a game that was led by D1 Hustlers and felt like the pacing was theirs for a long time now, leaning back towards Liquid. This is, like you said, it's been pretty much Zai who's really done so much in these fights. He's not the only one, of course, but Certainly the star of the show at the moment. What do you need here from D1 Hustlers? Just more time for Shad?
I don't know. Is that Sacred Relic that he just bought? Okay, I like that. So going for Divine Rapier. Needs a little bit more time. Less than 2,000 gold. Sells the stick. Tier 4 items are kicking in. Let's see if he decides to swap something in. But they need to play around him. They need to find a way to buff him. Sure, there are these like Solar Crest, but again, playing into 2 nullifiers kind of removes all the buffs that they have for Medusa.
Never got the shard for Hakoda, and they're looking to get a Tormentor. Mickey was just there. And they are
feels like
nearby.
They needed this shard on Hakoda so long ago. 40 minutes into the game, he'll finally get it, but now it might be slightly too late.
Shad now trying to run. Hakoda, he does have Boots of Bearing, so will help Shad start to retreat. Double damage on Nisha, too.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
You can kind of feel like Kunkka, he's provided a lot of control, but net worth-wise, it feels like he's kind of...
Same issue that Kunkka has had for quite some time. Not able to deal damage in the late game. Sure, you like take all these talents for damage, 45 on 15, Tidebringer Cleave, you build into Silver Edge, and then you can't really hit anybody.
Oh boy,
there we go.
Yeah, he's already dead. He does have buyback, but that is not a great way to start off this high ground defense. They go to the Harpoon. They're going to pop this Manta here for Mickey. Still working with an Aegis, so... Nullifier. Mickey going in, and Aether Remnant locking up Hakoda, and he's not even going to be able to get the Ice Spire or the Chain Frost out. He doesn't even have buyback. Scoring up in the air, Sonic Wave, not a lot of mana. There's the Mana Void coming through. Shad dead, Sai dies, 3 heroes gone. They get Thero Core. So he's got buyback. There's 3 heroes on Liquid who are already dead. Torrent, X, and Xantic. You don't want to die, though. He has to get back into the base. They go to the Dissimulate. Dive Llama trying to fight, but he is in trouble. Oh, the wave pulling in Mickey for a second. Boundless Strike. BKB trying to run now. Back into the base. Blade Mail popped. Gets the Jingle. Has to step. Mickey again with the
Harpoon.
Well, hitting him, and Mickey will die.
Oh, man, holding on to Defiant Shell.
Oh, they got him.
They got a full team wipe. Okay. This is nice. The White Llama holding on to Defiant Shell. Whenever you attack him, he attacks you back. So add Harpoon to that. That's like 3 hits immediately. Has permanent Jingu. That was nicely done. I mean, Medusa, she didn't have enough gold to buy out immediately. Gets it from the assist gold and holds it. And now does have Divine Rapier available in the base. So they're still holding.
Problem is, though, we saw how quickly Shad just dies, right?
Yeah, Shad disappears, even though he managed to deal some serious amount of damage. If they focus him down, I don't know. Nullifier just seems so good right now against all of these items, and Team Liquid holding on to 2 of them, plus also having Clinks available on Boxy. Gonna be a lot of control.
Yeah. So Scythe picked up, like, it's gonna be tough for them.
Invisibility.
But with Medusa, anything is possible. When you're fighting right outside the well and you have Tidal Wave, well, I guess you can pull these heroes in. Dive Llama spots a lot of this Liquid team, but starting to draw them towards the rest of D1 Hustlers. Don't really chomp on the bait, though, and go with him.
We still don't have any 25s on side of Hustlers. 24 Queen of Pain, 24 Anti-Mage. Same goes for Void Spirit.
Yeah, 24 for Kunkka, 23 about for Shad. But the experience difference is about 6 levels, so. Trickster Cloak, that should help Hakoda. He has been struggling to survive in these fights.
And again, Nullifier kicks in. Can't really do much. But with Ice Spire, At least now he's gonna have these Chain Frost. This is also level 3 ulti, so 550 per hit. Doesn't deal the most damage to Anti-Mage, but there's also no pipe available on side of Team Liquid. Damage is gonna come in handy. And looking at what Insania has, he has a lot of these like smaller items. Now he wants the big one. Aghanim Scepter, if he sells... Now what does he need to sell? Nothing, pretty much, so we'll get it in 800 gold.
Should be putting in that Philly. Oh, he's not fighting. Get that min-maxing. The Philly Stone, bringing the gold. But he's working with the Stormcrafter at the moment. Another good tier 4. I like that item.
It's a more of a like damage item nowadays. Still, Hustler's very afraid. They can't really leave the base. They need Medusa. She's the one holding the Vine Rapier. The only way to move is to pop a smoke and try to go for some kills and pickoffs.
Oh. Okay. Ninja Gear on the Queen of Pain, so was smoked up, but they hit the Boundless Strike. Now they've got the Harpoon. Torin off to the side, the Sinister Gaze. Do they have the damage to get the kill here? Nisha trying to blink away, just escapes with his life.
I don't think Torrent hit.
No.
They needed Torrent, and also, like, Divine Llama, he was thinking about getting this basher long time ago. Didn't even finish it. It definitely feels like they needed it.
Harpoon jump in. Astral Step out of the back lines. Mickey's going to go in with the BKB. They've got the Sonic Wave to get the kill into Hakoda again. Well, he's got buyback. But Exantic's also dead, and he does not have buyback. The silence, though, on a Mickey. Can they get the kill here? The Nullifier is going to be thrown on him as well as the Illuminating, the Blinding Light. They'll take out the Void Spirit. He doesn't have buyback.
Is there any objective to take? Not really. Roshan may respawn in 40 seconds, but still, Hustlers, they're fighting back. Medusa sitting on another 300 gold, getting closer to her BKB. Problem is going to be her maneuverability inside of a fight, because right now it seems like she wants to swap her power treads. There it is. Sells the power treads. We'll need those drums. We'll need Solar Crest on top of her to have some extra move speed.
Makes it a little bit scary because they just picked up the Abyssal Blade on Zai. So if he just blinks in Abyssals, they burn the mana. Like, Shad, he's going to be hexed after that too. It's tough.
It is. Looking at 25s. Kunkka just hit his, so Ghost Ship Fleet available on their side. Anti-Mage minus 50 seconds on Mana Voids, which brings it down to 20. That's a big one. Queen of Pain going for the Blink cooldown talent.
Illusion.
Yeah, well, that's what saved him.
I miss the old Fear talent on Queen of Pain. Just kidding. It was...
There's been some good talents. What was the Lone Druid one? Minus 65 seconds respawn time. And then there was the 420 gold per second one. There's been some fun talents.
Monkey's sitting on a lot of gold. Divine Llama, 4,000. Thinking about what the next item is going to be.
I like this Harpoon, but the Harpoon actually ended up meaning that they didn't hit that Torrent. Minute to go on Roche, and it'll leave about 2 minutes in nighttime.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Insania does have Aghanim Scepter available now. So let's see, 50 seconds for Roche. Still got to spawn on Dire's side since it's nighttime. Took me a second to realize, you know, Radiant, it's 50-50. For me, like, the good side is the Radiant side. Not just in terms of, because back in Dota 1, you had, like, Scourge against Sentinel, and you could, like, certain heroes that were, like, bad were on Scourge, and the Sentinel were the good ones. Omni Knight against, I don't know, Bane.
TPing back. Ooh, hold on. Exantic's getting taken out in their base. I was looking over at Mickey for a second. Zai gets the kill into Exantic. He doesn't have buyback again. Boundless Strike. They've got a combination. No. Chain Frost is going to bounce all the way over. They've got the Harpoon to continue to lock up Nisha. With the BKB being popped, though, he's able to blink away.
I think this is the time
down.
You queue up Basher on Monkey King. It feels like they need control during these BKBs.
Yeah.
A gift from the
They definitely need a little bit more control, and Roche is going to respawn and have that refresher shard for the moment. They do have buyback now available on Exantic. He'd love to not use it, but with Rosh up,
Bottom tower is under attack.
and the Blink Fragment now trying to take a tier 3. Last tier 3 instead of racks available for you is very tough. Sinister Gaze, and now the Hex is going to be used. It's on the Dive Llama. Boxy's over to the side of the Nullifier once again. They've got some damage coming out, and it's looking like they'll get him. He's got buyback, and now they'll look over at Theo Core. Jump in, and that's another 3 heroes down on the side of G1 Hustlers as they'll buy back on 2 and use that Stone Gaze, and Liquid get out for free.
And you can see Meke pinging out. Monkey's missing, Kunka's missing. These are the 2 buybacks. This Nullifier has been amazing on their side. Meke every single time locks onto one of the 2 supports, kills it instantly. Fight is 4 versus 5, tries to force a buyback, and Roshan is available. Will be there for another 40 seconds, so they might need to set things up on Radiant side, actually.
They are TPing over, so they're gonna head that way. 2 arrows in 2 different directions on the map. Word here from Radiant to see them coming over that bridge if they get caught in that direction coming down, but they're actually smoking and going towards top. Zai doing some tickling damage to Rosh.
It's gonna take a while. 5 seconds. Rest of the team's coming through the twin gates, but so will Roshan.
High five Rosh. Oh. Bumping him up into the air, and they'll go. Now they've got that Hex bumped up again, and these heroes on the side of D1 Hustlers nowhere nearby, so this will be Aegis, Cheese, and with the Refresher Shard.
Awalama playing Monkey King, using chimpanzee noises. Hits the lore. There's still Tormentor available, so they want to grab it on whoever. He's the one who's going to get it, so Boundless Strike. If it's an auto cast, you go to the other side of Boundless. Makes you like more maneuverable in the fights. In the end, he opted to go for that Mage Slayer. Wants to pick up Bloodthorn, but yeah, that's far away from happening. They need to win like 2 fights. And Team Liquid, they know that they have no buyback, so they want to go in and try to close out the game.
Trying to send it to a game 3. Can they hold with the Divine Rapier? Shad Medusa, who's trying to get an Ags to have that Mystic Snake upgrade. Right now working with the Shard of Cold-Blooded.
Problem is, he does not have access to his secret shop. Needs to buy Point Booster, but for now, keeping the buyback available.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
There goes the bottom tier 3. Shad hitting that level 25, having that split shot uses modifiers now. Monkey King close to 25. He's halfway there. X, pull back, jump in. The TP over from Dive Llama, but they've got themselves the Abyssal Blade. They're trying to get the kill here on to Shad. Shad down to about half mana. The Mana Void's going to be used with the BKB being caught by Shad, but the Sonic Wave, now he's not dealing with a lot left on him. They get the first life out of the hands of Mickey. They've got the Ice Spire down. Can they get the control to get the kill here onto the Void Spirit? They're holding for now, but they go to the Stone Gaze. And blink in from Nisha. Harpoon pulling him back on the backline, so they find Boxy. Can he get the kill here on Hakoda? He can, but will he save his own life? They've got the attention on a Boxy while Dive Llama is trying to fight here on a Mickey. They've got Zai coming in. They get the kill on a Xantic. Nisha gets credit for that one. They finally take out Boxy, who's going to buy back. And Shad still holding his ground, but they've lost the tier 4, and there's only 500 health remaining on the other one.
They're losing their barracks.
Bottom also.
As well, they're dropping fairly low. Mickey wants to go in. Got that right click going. He's super tanky. 4,000 HP on Void Spirit. Disarm on Medusa. Long duration.
And output that damage, and now Ancient exposed.
They will just split him.
Yeah, looking over at Dive Llama. He's gonna die here. He doesn't have buyback either. He's dead for 2 minutes, and they have mega creeps to try and go after this throne. Shad, what can you do here? You don't even have Stone Gaze for another 30 seconds. They've got the disarm, the glyph. I don't think it's going to do that much. They've got the buyback coming out of Hakoda, so now a Sinister Gaze. They'll reflect back the Hex, but the throne is the attention. Ice Spire, the bounces starting to stack up on a Boxy. He did just buy back. They've got themselves the does the Esper step in, the silence, it's on the Shad, who's trying to fight, doing some damage, but he eats the cheese. Now they go after Hakoda, thrown down to about 1,500 health. They get the kill on Hakoda, they'll take out Zai, but they'll end up losing. The Anti-Mage is going to buy back with a little bit of health available on the Queen of Pain. Nisha's going to be able to back away. As they look at Mickey, they've got Boxy coming in with the Skelly Bros. They'll get a game, they'll push us to a game 3 as Team Liquid.